Good evening. I call this meeting of the Board of Park Commissioners to order. Grace, will you please take roll?
Alderperson Chanding Kundiker.
Here.
Alderperson Defnet Ledvita.
Here.
Alderperson Esser Khan.
Here.
Randy Soki.
Present.
Jim Kneisel.
Here.
Elizabeth McMasters.
Here.
Connor Mason.
Here. We have quorum. Public comment on matters not on the agenda. Comments made during the public comment period shall pertain only to matters under the jurisdiction of the Board of Park Commissioners. Is there anyone who wishes to address us? Moving on. Items number 1, consideration and possible action to approve the Board of Park Commissioners minutes from the September 18th, 2025 meeting.
Move to approve.
I'll second. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Item 2, consideration and possible action to accept a donation of $1,680 from Pere Baseball to repair the Gandrud Field outfield fence. Move to approve.
Second.
Discussion. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Item 3, consideration and possible action on revisions to the employee discount on recreation programming, community center room rentals, and shelter rentals.
I'll make a motion to approve the recommendation.
I'll second.
Discussion. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Item 4, consideration and possible action to approve the revised pool pass fee structure. Marty, you want to give us a little bit on this one? This one looks a little complicated or detailed.
Well, the current, our rec supervisor, Chelsea Mulbert, she is very involved with the aquatic world. And there are a number of headaches that our fee system generate. With her being in the aquatic industry, she's talked to several other communities, and there's a handful of communities that are starting to change their policy and how they charge for aquatics. So instead of, say, a family pass, they are starting to charge on an individual basis. So where it helps is, and I've been involved in several of these arguments, if you will, but we will have families that have a pool pass and they want to add their grandma or a grandparent on the family pass, even though they don't live with them, but the grandparent takes them to the pool all the time. So in our true definition, if they are not living in the house, then they have to have their own pass. So it remains a very sore topic. Among the other things too, we have, there are split families, but again, our definition is the household. So it becomes kind of an argument with people that are purchasing annual passes. Well, one way to get rid of that would be to simply say, okay, we're not going to have all these variations of family pass and have a debate over who's a family, not a family. It's just a straight per person price. So it would make life very, very simple for us. I think where it does struggle, or where maybe it has maybe a negative impact, if you have someone that has a family of 10, okay, that's going to probably be a little bit more expensive. Not as expensive as you would think, because even though if you have you have a family of 10, you pay an annual pool pass, but then there's a per person charge on top of over, I believe, 5 people, if I'm not mistaken. So, but it would be a different, for sure, it would be more expensive for someone with a very, very large family. Now, again, if someone can't afford it, we have the rec scholarship program. So there is always that avenue for people to take. So I think Chelsea is online. She's done some research on this if you have questions of her. What I will tell you is that we have 2 topics tonight that it goes a little different, almost a 180 in how we have normally done it. So when you do something like that, we have to make sure that it makes sense, but likely some people aren't going to like it. So I want to make sure that you understand and that you're sure that this is a good thing to do. because people, there's bound to be someone that's not going to like it because it's drastically different than what we've done for 40 years.
Questions for Marty or Chelsea?
So do we know how many larger families are coming that this would affect roughly, or do we?
I don't know if Chelsea's online, and I don't know if she knows that, but I don't know if we broke down the size of the families. Chelsea, can you speak to that at all?
I don't have an exact number for larger ones. Like, I could look that up and get back to you for the next session. But I want to say families that were over 5. If I feel like it was under 50 total families, like people that would be affected in that category, but I'm not 100% sure.
Okay.
The one thing I also forgot to mention too is that we are probably one of the only communities that charge or technically charge for an infant to 2 years old. So we're recommending as part of the overall change that anyone between 0 and 2 years old is not charged a fee to go to the pool. They obviously have to be with somebody, at that age.
Unless
It'd be really
drive
odd
with-
if a 2-year-old showed up on their own.
So,
Shayna?
I just want to make sure I'm understanding this correctly. Under the proposed 2026 pool pass fees, like a family of 4 would pay $120? For
Correct.
both VFW and Legion?
That is correct.
You're a resident, okay.
Yep.
And what is it now? I'm sorry, I know it's probably in here.
I thought it was 128,
128 for a family of up to 5.
up to 5.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
But the chances,
So for the residents of the, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I bet a lot of those families have a child in that 2 under range too.
That could be.
Or have a parent or an older person that doesn't go. A lot of parents, right? So I think some people will net out ahead. There'll always be somebody who's upset too. I think what your model does is streamlines the process. Because what did you say? There's like 30 some odd variations of
Yeah.
fee structure from before. And then you've got my mailing address is to Pere.
Yep.
It's too much.
Yep.
It's too much.
But it does we still have the resident, non-resident, right?
Right.
That's
So
correct.
that's,
Yep.
yeah.
Yep.
But I agree, I think probably the bigger grind is, families versus individuals on that, so.
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
There we go. Further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The motion carries. Thank you, Chelsea, for being here. Next item up, item 5, consideration and possible action to approve option for the ticket machine and services provided at the Perkofski Boat Launch. Marty, I see you've provided some additional information for us.
Yeah, well, Brian technically got it for us, and Brian is online, but I can give you a quick summary. This is another one where it goes kind of against what we've done for the last 20 years. So in our current format where we have a ticket machine, people can use a credit card, cash, and then they get cash back. Those 3 functions all have a pretty good cost to them and also have a long-term impact for maintenance. So the more parts that you have in these machines, the more that can break and the more costly it becomes, not only to have it, but to fix it. So we have talked to other municipalities, and some municipalities are currently going to a parking app. So you can't actually get a boat pass. If you have cash, you can't even get a boat pass. You have to use your smartphone and scan a QR code and then get your boat launch that way. A couple other communities are going in the direction of they're allowing the use of cash, but they are not giving change. So if you show up with a $10 bill and that's all you have, you're going to put $10 in, and then it's going to tell you, thank you for your $4 donation. So what we're trying to do over the years, so I've been around here now for 19 years, and I would say at 15 years, we've had a ticket machine. Some of our highest maintenance costs are related to when the machine malfunctions related to cash. So someone puts in a crumpled $1 bill, it gets jammed, doesn't work, they call us, we have to pay overtime for someone to come in and fix it. That happens way too many. And I don't know how you prevent someone from putting in a crumpled $1 bill. Yeah, I mean, it's not real feasible. So from the staff perspective, we really like the idea of going to credit card only. There are going to be some people that do not like that. There is no doubt about it. We did a quick peek at our percentage of how much our Perkofski machine uses cash versus credit card. It's about 50-50. So it's actually a little higher percentage than what I was figuring. We think our Fox Point's probably a little higher credit card, but we're not talking about Fox Points. We didn't really dig too deep into it. I talked with Matt Creasy from Brown County, and they have a couple boat launches that are 70-30, 70 credit card, 30% cash. So, and he said that keeps changing over the years and keeps swaying more towards credit card. So if we're looking for the ultimate customer experience and user-friendly, the way that allows us to do credit cards, cash, and provide them change, that would be the option that you'd want to go with. With that comes a higher cost to actually purchase it. As well, it's going to keep higher maintenance costs for us, because even though the machines are new, even if a machine is new, it doesn't prevent a crumpled $1 bill from going in there. And it doesn't prevent us from having to run out there and put change into the machine. If you're looking for the most efficient way for the city to offer a boat launch machine that allows people to use the launch and have us be able to administer it efficiently and have low maintenance costs, the credit card only would be the way to go. So from staff perspective, that's what we would recommend. But, there are going to be some people that aren't happy with it, so we would want to make sure that you are fully in support of it versus the other way.
Shayna.
Is this like a lease that we're signing up for with this machine? Is this like something that we could
No, we purchased the machine.
Oh, we would own the machine.
Yeah, we would own the machine.
So we're all in, committing to this all in.
Yes.
Okay.
Elizabeth.
What is the dollar amounts or the number of times that these are happening for the cash issues, crumpled dollars or whatever? Do you have any idea?
I don't have stats on it, but Brian, from this last spring and the spring before, can you recall how many times we've go out? And again, remember, this is seasonal.
Yeah.
This isn't all year round.
Right.
I mean, this is just during the high periods where it's the biggest problem.
Brian, did you hear that?
No, I can't certainly recall. I can't certainly recall, exact numbers of how many times I was out there strictly for cash issues. But like what Marty overviewed, a lot of the issues that I do have are related to cash, whether it's a crinkled up dollar bill or the actual hopper that feeds the bills malfunctions in some way, or I have to fill a coin slot, or somebody puts something in the coin slot so the coin can't come out. So a lot of just issues related to cash and coins just in general. But I don't have a specific number.
Jim.
A lot of experience with state parks lately, and you basically have to do everything over your phone. This is just the way things are going. People aren't using cash anymore. I support option number 1. And I'll put it in the form of a motion if that helps.
I just have one clarification before we do that.
Sure.
I'm assuming that a check card, debit card could be used
Yes.
as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Yep.
So that is a much wider audience than
Yep.
just with a credit card as well. And then I'm also assuming that we're not going to be charging any credit card fees in the process. The rate would stay the same.
So we really, no, we can't. So we basically have to eat the credit card cost. And the reason I say that is because we have an agreement with local municipalities that the day launch fee is $6. Well, if we add the service charge on top of that, now that day pass becomes $6.93 or whatever it might be. And that we're really not allowed to do. So we're supposed to eat it. And we have been actually eating it for the last 19 years. So we're just trying to figure out a way to keep that low, though.
Yeah, and we probably have been losing sales when the cash doesn't function properly. I would assume.
Yeah, it's possible. I mean, there's been times where the whole machine's been down.
Right.
I mean, and then we're forced to basically say it's a free launch for the day.
Right. So this will help optimize operations a lot.
We absolutely think it will. Yes.
Cool.
Jim?
It's certainly better financially to have the cashless program, right, in the long haul. I mean, even if you have to pay the fee.
There's way better accounting for it.
Yeah.
You know, because when there's cash and it's handled manually, there's always subject for errors. Yeah. So, I mean, there's just that equation is taken completely out of the picture.
And you don't have the service on the machine anymore and the jams.
On those parts, correct. Yes. Which are very expensive parts.
Well, I'll make a motion that we go with option A.
I'll second. Further discussion?
One thing I could certainly add.
Option 1.
So one thing that I can certainly add is that even though that particular boat launch would be credit card only, they still have the option to go to Fox Point, which would have both options. So if it's that important to them that they only have cash, they would just simply have to go to the Fox Point Boat Launch and they'd be able to use cash there.
Is Beaumere cashless?
Beaumere actually does not have a machine at all. It is the old standard steel
Cash box. Fill out your
cash
envelope
box.
and drop it in.
Why?
To be honest with you, we've asked a couple times to have a machine put in there, and it was cut out of budget for consideration. So then we just never bothered putting it back in.
If we go with option 1, do we have enough money to put a second machine?
No. No.
Nice try, though, right?
If we go with smartphone only, can we do that with?
Yeah. One thing that has come up. So this is a good option for us right now. One of the things that we are looking at long term, City of Neenah has went to this. They're going to a parking app. So there is no machine, there is no nothing. People come up, hit the QR code, it takes them to a site.
Yeah.
They get their fee, and then their license plate gets put on a website. Police look at the license plate. Yeah, they're good. So that's ultimately where we would like to get to. So I don't know if we want to invest in a machine 2, 3, 4 years down the road for Beaumere. I'm hoping within 3 to 4 or 5 years we will have this parking app as our option for long term.
It doesn't make any sense to do it right now.
It doesn't make any sense to do it right now in that the trigger behind that particular software needs to be through PD, because ultimately it doesn't make sense financially for us to have the software because it's a very expensive software to do it.
Okay.
But PD uses it for parking, and then we piggyback on top of that. That's how City of Neenah is doing it.
UW La Crosse has been doing this for years with parking down Bendis State Track, so we'll get there. Things are just a little slow. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Next item up on the agenda, discussion item 1, update from Brown County Extension on the community garden at Lions Trailside Park.
Good.
Brian, do you want to start us off with anything additional to what you have on the agenda, or does it stand on its own?
Yeah, it just kind of stands on its own. It was just a quick overview on how the garden and growing season went this year. I didn't hear any complaints or calls on my end, so I'd say it was a good year.
In reading the comments from Brown County, they mentioned the possibility of a couple of weeks, opening up the garden a couple weeks earlier and then closing a couple weeks later. Have you guys considered that, and are there positives and negatives to that option?
I was in talks with Rachel with the county there. She just mentioned it to me. Honestly, I haven't considered it yet. It's up for discussion for next spring, next summer.
It'd be great to continue those discussions with her if it's something that can help the community gardens be more productive.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Other questions for Brian? Brian, thanks. It's discussion. We're set.
Thanks.
Staff updates. Staff update number 1, update on allocation of beer garden revenues.
So last meeting you asked about adding on a pickleball court facility. So that cost would be about $80,000 to $100,000 versus a standalone facility. However, we don't have that back on as an action item. As we were talking internally, in the past, the council approved net proceeds to go towards park infrastructure, but there was never really a process or procedure approved in how that gets done. So before we get too far down a rabbit hole and park board, voting for this and that, we want to step back and make sure that, the council adopts a policy or process for the park board and how that should move forward. But there's no rush in it because we're not going to build a pickleball court facility tomorrow anyway. So,
Shada.
So are we still okay with the funds that we allocated for?
yes. Yeah, the council approved those.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, next up. Staff update on beer garden survey.
So we put a survey out. This is real quick. I'm not going to give you a whole lot, but I just wanted to let you know that there is a survey that is out on our social media. So if you see it, encourage people to go to it and fill it out. We're looking for all information that we can gather to try to make our experience better for our residents. We have so far about 105 responses back in, which I think is pretty good, but we're hoping for a lot more. A lot of good information, a lot of funny information. One thing that did stand out that we already knew before the survey went out was that we need more food trucks or more food options. So, but once the survey is done, we'll compile the whole thing for you and give it to you in your packet so you can see it for yourself.
Thanks, Marty. Staff update number 3, staff update on budget workshop.
So 2 things really happened at the budget workshop, other than the budget went through pretty seamlessly. But the council did recommend to the mayor and city manager to put back in the tree incentive program for the $100. So that went back in. And then there was also funding in the actual budget for additional hours for one of our part-time staff. And the intent of that is to help with the beer gardens. So it kind of flows all over the place, but ultimately those hours were to help staff be able to run the beer gardens and not get burnt to a crisp. So.
Got it. Staff update number 4, update on holiday light event.
So holiday light show, if information is out, if you see it, same thing, pass it on to people. The sponsor trees have been coming in, but probably the more important thing, if everyone could kind of put on their calendars for December 11th. So that is our ceremonial lighting of the Christmas lights. And that's a walking only event that night. So we've got a number of very cool things that we're adding to this year. Santa will be there, as well as wagon rides, provided that we don't have a...
Santa's coming.
Provided that we don't get whatever it was last year, an ice warning or whatever it was for the roads.
Tow ban.
Tow ban, yeah. So if all weather cooperates, we'll have everything go off wonderful. Santa will be there, as well as wagon rides. Horse-drawn wagon rides through the park, which is pretty cool. And a bunch of new stuff that I can't tell you. You have to see for yourself. But it's really cool.
We don't get to find.
I don't know, not having the the rides last year was kind of a bummer, but you had a magical snowfall. Like,
We did.
It wasn't all
I,
it was
yeah,
gorgeous.
not to go off on a tangent, but it was beautiful
Yes.
last year. You could not ask for better weather. It was like 32 degrees and snowing. It was beautiful.
Let's hope for similar, but
Yes.
not treacherous ones.
And no tow ban.
Yes. Update number 5, Legion Park Disc Golf Course improvements.
So we just met with the contractor today that will be doing the tee pads. Right now, we're shooting for, not next week, but the week after, to put them in. So once we get a date, we'll put it out on social media that we'll be closing the disc golf course for probably between 2 and 3 days. We'll have to close it down just so that his crews and our crews have the ability to get in there and do what we need to do before people start using it again. So that's on its way.
Awesome.
I got a question about that. Is that tournament coming up?
This weekend,
Yeah. Is that something they pay to use the
yes,
facility? Oh, okay. Well, that's awesome. What's the fee for something like that?
$8,000. No, I'm just.
Well, holy cow.
We need to do better.
I am just kidding.
425, 450?
Oh,
Well, that's excellent.
Yeah. So it's with that scenario, we don't have a rental to rent the disc golf course. They have to rent the park.
So they're renting the whole part of the park or the whole park?
Well, by definition, they're renting the park, but they are only using the disc golf course in the open shelter.
I assume that's the first time that's happened.
Yes.
Well, that's just great.
Yep.
Did they come to you or
Yes.
were you out marketing this option?
Nope. They came to us.
Super.
Future agenda items. Motion to adjourn is in order.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. We are adjourned.